Hello, everyone, and welcome to Movie Crunch, the show where we watch movies and then we talk about them. As always, what was that, Hannah?
I was just so happy about it. It's so great that we get to do that.
It's so good. It's so awesome.
As always, I'm Eric O'Donnell.
I'm Hannah Sutter.
And I'm Nate Schaffner.
And yep, this is Movie Crunch, where we talk about movies in three distinctive, what we call flavors, which writing, acting, directing, cinematography, and we also talk about our favorite parts, and we also discuss the ending. And we're doing another, I guess you could call it, cult classic movie this time around. I guess you could.
Well, it's also a movie that did well. Everybody went to go see it.
Yeah, this movie, it's not, this movie by no means, like our last movie last week, The Princess Bride, this one actually did well in the box office. This one, does not underperform at all.
Yeah, but it's got Spielberg on it.
But yeah,
and Richard Donner.
Yeah, it's got both of them. If you haven't, and I know there's a lot of movies they've done, but we did The Goonies,
Goonies.
And Chris Columbus.
Oh yeah, and Chris Columbus, the
Right.
man Chris Columbus. By the way, best way to celebrate Columbus Day is to watch all of his movies.
Agreed.
That's
Oh my
what-
god,
yeah.
it's such an excellent idea.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
yeah. But yeah, we're talking about The Goonies, and I mean, if you don't know what The Goonies is, first of all, pause this podcast and go watch it
Because it's awesome.
because it's an amazing
It's
movie.
amazing.
I'm gonna be like the opposite motivational speaker. Like, go sit on your couch. Watch this movie.
Watch it.
It's so fun.
It's such a really fun movie, and again, it is got Steven Spielberg attached to it. It also has, Richard Donner, and it has Chris Columbus attached to it, and then it has all these great kid actors.
Yeah.
That is attached to it. Hannah's going up to secure our spot in here. Yeah.
No excess noise.
There we go. But yeah, we'll talk about it. If you short synopsis, if you don't know what it is, it's a movie about a group of kids in where did it say where they lived?
In the Goondocks.
In the
I don't know.
Goondocks.
Yeah.
In the Goondocks.
By the ocean somewhere.
Somewhere by the ocean. We've established they live somewhere by the ocean, and it's about these kids, and they all different little personalities with these kids, and they go on this adventure to get a pirate's treasure to save their part of their town from getting demolished for a country club. And yeah, that's basically it.
Yep.
And it's such a fun kids movie.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it's like a hybrid. A hybrid of a kid and adult movie.
you can still enjoy it as an adult. I just watched it for the first time 3 days ago, and I loved it.
Oh God, I still can't believe it took you that long.
And I've watched
a little.
Oh.
And I've watched it 2 or 3 times since then.
It's such a great
And when you
movie.
think about what Richard Donner... Think about this for a second. Richard Donner directed this.
Yes.
This is also the guy who brought us Superman and the
Yep.
all 4 Lethal Weapons.
Yes.
It's the same guy.
Yeah. Did the movie about kids finding a pirate treasure.
Yeah.
But you know what I like about it, and we'll talk about this in directing, it's not it's simple. It's a simplified storytelling model. There's not crazy camera work. It's just about the kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that I loved it was, that was, except for finding the treasure and everything, that was what I did when I was a kid. I had a creek in the backyard where I grew up as a kid, and I grew up more or less in a broken home. My parents fought every day, and when you have that, you kind of have to find stuff to do to make you smile. And I would just travel the creek every day, and every day I would go farther and farther, and I would be that kid that goes, ooh, I wonder what I'll see if I go a little bit farther. I wonder if I follow the sewer, will I see something awesome if I follow just a little bit?
Yeah, it captures that.
I had a ravine like that, which in hindsight was probably not the safest, but it was cool as hell back then, and
it captures that that little kid thing in you where you're just like, I want to discover things.
Yeah, your imagination, and curiosity.
I wish I had an adventure like this and friends like this when I was younger, but I didn't.
Yeah, well, that's the thing I like about it is if you had your dream actually come true when you were a kid.
Yeah.
This is what it would look like.
Yeah, minus all the almost getting shot and stabbed.
Yeah, but it's all part of the adventure. Also, all of their parents are like great people.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost a dreamscape.
Yeah, it's very dreamscape because all this pirate treasure. But we'll get to that later.
There's a monster, but he's extremely adorable.
Yeah, it's great.
His ears wiggle.
Oh, I know.
I mean, the movie's almost 30 years old.
I know.
And it's, again, I just watched the movie for the first time a few days ago, and everybody was telling me, oh my God, how have you not seen this movie? You have to see this movie. I know you'll love it. This is one of those movies like I heard all of that, and then it didn't feel overhyped or oversold. Like there are a few movies that people have been like that to me.
And that stinks that has to happen.
And then I see them, and then I'm just like,
you put it on a pedestal.
Yeah, they overhype it a lot.
But the Goonies was not one of them. Like I knew 10 minutes into the movie, I was like, this is going to be like I understood 10 minutes into the movie why this is
Truffle Shuffle. That's when you knew.
Exactly. Yeah, that's when you know.
Like this is I knew why I knew why this is one of the greatest films ever.
Yeah. And we could even just segue right into writing because what the writing I like in this, the way it's written is like you said, Hannah, it's like a hybrid of an adult but also a children's film. Yeah. You can see that in the way like the kids are written because they're written like kids, but at the same time they're not written like kids.
And they're written like when you're a kid and you want, it's weird, you want to grow up but you still want the freedom of being a kid.
Yeah.
So you're kind of stuck in between two worlds.
Especially Sean Astin's character was written.
Goddamn cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
With his asthma and his braces.
I know.
Yeah.
And his mispronunciation of words.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's so cute.
I thought Data's mispronunciation of words was cuter.
But it is cuter. But Sean Astin does it like 1,000 times before Data does. Yeah. That's what he said, booby traps.
That's what I said, booby traps.
That's what
my two favorite characters in this whole movie are Data and Mouth. Like, I love those two characters, but I love anything that Corey Feldman is in. So
he's got like depth beyond what you would expect.
Yeah.
Every single time I see him in a movie, I'm just like, oh, this guy, and then I forget that he has.
He has some
acting ability.
Yeah, I even like the bad movies that he's in, like the third Lost Boys movie that he was in.
So bad.
Called Lost Boys: The Thirst.
But it's actually really entertaining.
It's really entertaining. I enjoy it. I just like seeing vampires get killed. That's just the thing. But that's another movie. But yeah, they're written like older kids, and even the big brother who to Sean Astin's character.
Josh Brolin.
Brolin. By the way, that is Josh Brolin.
The same actor who played a young Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black 3.
Yeah. That's Josh Brolin.
He's in No Country for Old Men.
Yeah,
he was like 17.
I mean, this guy's been in like No Country for Old Men. He has been in like
He's been a supporting role in a lot of things.
He's been a supporting role in a lot of things, but God. But
he's been around.
That was his first role.
He is in Sin City. This guy's in Sin City. This guy is in Jonah Hex. Like, we care.
Old Boy would have gone better, and Jonah Hex would have gone better.
Yeah, this guy's in American Gangster.
Got the right idea.
He's in Milk.
Oh, Milk, yeah.
He's in both the Grindhouse movies.
Uh-huh.
He's in both of those, which I love those movies, the Grindhouse movies, especially Planet Terror. Didn't care much for Death Proof, but I like Planet Terror.
I like them all.
Yeah,
because I love Tarantino.
Yeah, that's like. I just pulled up the IMDb page and I'm like, oh god, that is Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
But the Big Brother character isn't written like a Big Brother character. Like you figure,
yes,
like
he is.
But
he is. But he's not. But he's not bully Big Brother.
Yeah, that's what I like.
He does it lovingly.
He does it out of love. He's overprotective.
But at the same time, he's still got the I'm a Big Brother douche.
Right.
Thing.
I like all of the miscellaneous nicknames he comes up with for his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like like Wimpy Lungs or something.
Yeah.
But you know how I like how they use cuss words, but they're really not ready to use them yet.
Yeah.
Like, you can sense that they're just like
that he just used it.
Didn't you do that as a kid?
Yeah.
That part where they get to the shed and Chunk is like, oh, soda pop, good God, am I thirsty? damn it!
There were matzo ball shaped guns.
I like the opening. I like the opening when you see Chunk and he spills like his slushy. Oh shit!
That's when you know.
That's when you know.
But I was gonna say that. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
The intro is so good.
Oh yeah, the intro
you take
is
it right into the action.
Yeah.
That's honestly when I knew the intro. I was like,
yeah.
okay, this is gonna be.
It's
awesome.
like the music's
It is not set
up.
Again, it's not set up like a kids movie. With a lot of kids movies, it's usually with
the
a lot
first scene's
of
a hanging.
yeah.
I was like,
yeah, because with like those 90s, 80s, late 80s, early 90s kids movies like The Sandlot and all those other ones, there's like that landscape shot of like a pan down and like a field,
gonna be about a town,
or like
which
a town.
It is,
like there's always
there.
that shot, but it starts in a jail cell. Dude pretended to kill himself.
It starts with a dude escaping from jail, and you're like, okay,
yeah.
And
I want to know what happens.
They pour gasoline around the fire, and then they shoot.
Yeah,
gasoline.
That was
like,
cool.
Okay, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Well, and also you see every character in the Goonies reacting to them driving by.
Yeah,
it's
that's
cool.
That's how you get That's how these characters are
introduced.
introduced to you.
Data falls into a trash can. Chunk gets milkshaked in his face.
Yeah,
I just love it when Chunk gets so excited, but it's just he's whispering, so he's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to save a lot of the Chunk moments for our favorite scene.
Yeah, me too. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
We'll have to like disperse them. Because
Yeah, we will, because we could talk. Because
he really is my favorite.
I like the part. We can even talk about directing and cinematography because we're talking about the opening. Because the way the opening is shot, it's with all those like really like different angles and like all very fast moving.
You could tell that
it's like one shot.
Yeah,
you could tell that even though Richard Donner directed this movie, that this had the Spielberg touch.
Oh, it did.
The whole movie did.
All over it. It had the Spielberg touch all over it.
And that's not taking away from what Donner did, right?
No,
but you know what you're getting when it's a Spielberg movie.
Yeah, when it says Steven Spielberg presents, you're like, I know what I'm getting, and it's going to be great.
Yep.
Yeah.
And well, except for maybe Cyndi Lauper, you might not have anticipated that.
Yeah, you might not have
Can I
anticipated
just
Cyndi
tell
Lauper.
you, when I have not been able to get that song out of my head. It's and I love that because that movie came out in 85.
You would think that you hear it and you'd be like, ugh, it just dated the hell out of itself.
Yeah.
I love
it.
I love those 80s music montages kind of thing.
Who does?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Like Breakfast Club where they're doing the dance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're playing good enough and they're riding the bikes on the path and I'm like, okay, this is just awesome.
Yeah. You know, like that's why people think like, oh, this movie could be so dated. I don't think
it works.
Yeah,
it
in a certain thing, like for all '80s movies, like I'm biased because I was like raised on '80s movies, and I don't think 80s hair bands as well because they're my favorite genre of music. But so I should have been born then. But they don't feel dated to me at all. Any '80s movie doesn't. But like the fashion, yeah. But people are going to be looking back in our movies and being like, oh my god, they wore that. Like it's the same thing, and like especially with
hair.
Yeah,
you can tell by the hair.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Common
denominator.
Especially with the two girls in this movie. Like,
yeah. Andy's hair is like a poodle.
Yeah.
It's like
the mom's hair is just like it's so wavy.
Yeah. Andy's hair looks like the hair that my mom had when she had me as a baby. I've seen pictures of my mom's hair when I was a baby, and it's like the most poofy, curly '80s hair you've ever seen in your life, and it's hilarious. But yeah, and then just there's this certain like I love the scene where this isn't my favorite scene, but like the scene where they have to play the piano.
Yeah.
To like unlock the door, the way that's shot, especially when like the floor caves in,
and
like it just goes to a super high shot,
illuminated from underneath.
Yeah, oh, that's so cool.
That was on, I think, some of the posters.
Yeah.
I love that. You know, Richard Donner is so good because the kids, you could tell that it's naturalistic. It's very They have a lot of chemistry together.
Yeah,
and that's the mark of a great director when you can get. Especially kids, because kids are
heck to work with.
Unpredictable
To work with, and you can get
that was essential for this movie.
Yeah, the fact that you could get like child actors and have all of them be good child actors
and actually work well together.
Yeah,
Ki Kwan was in who plays Data, and he was in Temple of Doom the year before.
Oh,
he was
yes,
short
he
round.
Was.
That
was
short round.
I love short
round. Was short round. Unless we forget
well,
about Short Round.
You know, they established their relationships early on, which I liked.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know?
Especially with Chuck.
They one comes in the door, another one comes in the door, another comes in the door.
Data flies
they break the
in
penis
the door.
off the statue.
Oh God, Data and his gadgets. That's who I wanted to be as a kid, was Data.
Yeah.
I had this when I was a little kid. I had the dream of being an inventor because I wanted to make robots when I was a little kid, but I never was smart enough.
Yeah.
I don't think many are.
I tried to do what Data. Like when I was a kid, I tried to do what Data does so successfully.
Yeah.
Except I failed miserably.
Yeah, and then at the end you see his dad. I love at the end you see his dad, and he's the same exact way.
Yes, that's when I cried a little.
Yeah,
and the dad, so that
cute.
actor was in Temple of Doom too.
Yeah.
He's the one who gets shot at the beginning of the movie.
He has his own
waiter.
steady cam.
I didn't realize that.
Yep.
He has his own steady cam at the very end. Like he has his own little steady cam. I love
Excellent.
it. Oh, but we can we're already talking about the acting, but we can talk about it. We can just keep talking about it a little bit more because, again, it felt so natural with these kids.
It
like
really
it
does.
didn't feel like they were reading lines. It didn't feel like it was a chore for them.
No.
And they're all good actors.
Yeah. I feel like it was important too because a lot of their personality traits were the cause for something to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Chunk is clumsy.
Oh, good.
We'll get him to drop this thing so I can look at the map.
Yeah.
Or Data went into that one little area and fell into the hole, and they didn't find the hole, then they wouldn't have gone down to the next level.
Yep.
I wonder how much of Chunk's dialogue was improv because it's just so
ridiculous
and funny.
That is my favorite scene.
Yeah.
By the way.
And I mean, I don't know how. I mean, it's just.
I hope a lot of Corey Feldman's lines were improv, especially the Spanish part. That kills me every time. That kills me every time.
When he says, "Always separate your drugs."
Man.
Those are the sexual torture devices.
and then you see her just standing there and then he taps her. And then she gets scared.
She gets so scared.
You know, when I first saw it, well, maybe when I second saw it, because I was probably really young when I first saw it, I remember thinking she's not going to tell them that the jewels are in the bag. She's going to take them herself. Because... but then I was like, maybe she's scared shitless.
Because if she doesn't, they'll lock them in the closet.
And overdose her on all the drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
We've talked a lot about the child actors, which they're the main focus of the movie, which no doubt. Mm-hmm. But about the adult actors, even like Josh Brolin and the girls that are in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what their names? We have the IMDb page pulled up right here. Hold on, let me just.
They do help balance it out a little bit.
Yeah, they do. Like Carrie Green, who plays Andy, and Martha Pipton, who plays Steph, and.
She's been in stuff too.
Yeah,
they had they got a football player to play Sloth.
Yeah, they did. His name is John Matuzak, whatever his name is. And yeah, he was a big dude.
Yeah,
he was huge.
Hey, you guys.
He was huge. Oh man, and then you have Anna Ramsley, who plays Mama Fratelli, and then you have the two Fratelli people. You have the two Fratellis.
They were good sleazeballs.
Robert Davi and Joe Pantoliano.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were good sleazeballs, man.
I mean, that's just perfect casting.
Yeah, Mama was perfect casting. Like, I am scared of her to this day. Like,
her ghost is going to haunt you.
Oh my God, it would, and I would be like, oh my God, what are you doing here? I'd rather throw her from a train. She was in a movie called Throw Mama from the Train. It had Danny DeVito in it, and it had Danny DeVito in it, and it had Billy Crystal. And it's called Throw Mama from the Train, and it's about this guy who wants to kill his mother off for like an inheritance or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird.
That sounds like just Oscar material.
Yeah, doesn't it? Especially the name. But yeah, they were like, she was like intimidating as a mother. Like, and the fact that, like, I don't know.
She had the reins,
yeah,
for sure.
And Fratelli, the two Fratelli guys, they had just cool chemistry, especially like the guy who played Jake, Robert Davi.
Yeah,
he was cool.
I love that his Italian singing cues something bad to happen.
Yeah,
it's like, kind of creepy.
It is a little creepy. Yeah, it is pretty
and
creepy.
I love it. It's just like he starts singing and they shove Chunk in the back of the car.
Yeah. And we can, we've talked so much about Chunk. We can start talking about our favorite scenes. I guess, if you guys want to.
Sure.
Let's
Sure.
do it. Because I don't. Who wants to go first? Talk about their favorite scenes.
I have several.
Okay,
but
go ahead,
I'll
let's do
start
it.
with one that is probably yours too, because it's Chunk, and it's
Yes.
when he's getting interrogated.
Yes, it's that one. It
I
is
don't-
that one.
You can tell. I don't even have to see their faces to know that they are holding in laughter because
Yes. Oh
he's
God.
got real tears
Yeah.
coming down his face. And I mean, just the two stories. The one that's like, I pushed my sister down the stairs, and I blamed it on the dog. Well, the fact that they're like, start from the beginning. He's like, the beginning, the beginning.
Okay,
In third grade.
I cheated on a test.
And I made this noise. And everybody started throwing up on each other.
Oh God, that was so
that
great.
scene is so funny. I
I'm
can't.
starting to like this kid, Mama.
It's just.
It's well balanced too against everything that's happening with the other kids underground too, because something dramatic is really happening, and then they cut back
They
to
cut
him.
a hard cut to
Yeah.
him, like something really like high tension.
It's
is
a
happening.
close up of him in tears.
Yeah. And like they're torturing this kid. They're like, if you don't spill the beans, we're gonna put your hand in a purifying blender. It's like, Jesus H.
Yeah, you'd smell your guts too.
Yeah. Oh my
And
God.
also the scene where he's stuck in the fridge with the dead body. And
Oh yeah, it's
He
so
just-
stiff. Oh
And
God.
he's like, guys, stay.
He's just thrown in the trunk with the same.
Oh God.
It's the stiff.
Oh God. Oh God. Any scene with Chunk in it, he just like steals it.
Yeah.
He just like steals the show. Especially, I love the part where they're in the attic for the first time, and he's like, "Hey, Chunk, hold this." He's like,
Yeah.
"Why do you want me to hold it,
And you can
Mikey?"
see, and I didn't notice it before, that he's counting down
Yep.
to him
To
dropping
Chunk
it.
Him dropping it because he just knows he's gonna do it.
Because he is too much of a goody goody to drop it himself.
Yeah, so he's like, "Hey, Chunk, hold this." Why do you
Hold
want me
this.
to hold it, Mikey?
Just
Hey,
hold it.
did you ever hear about the time?
He's like, let me get that. Yeah, but they really played to the personality types.
They
with that.
do, especially. Oh God, I love the scene where Mouth, where they first go into like the diner, and Mouth is just like being a dick. Like, I want a Viscatapini
Yeah.
with some white wine. And I'm like, oh, you
They
magnificent.
just grab him by
We
the
only
throat.
serve tongue.
Yeah, you magnificent bastard. Like, even in the face of murder, you're
smooth.
You're smooth. I love
just
you.
a smart ass.
It's like,
Yeah.
I wish I was you when I was a kid, because I wasn't.
Well, and I think too that's why the scene works where they find the wishing well and he's super serious and you're like, wait, what?
Whoa,
Yeah.
where'd that come from?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
like, whoa.
I'm not certain what you're talking about exactly.
Yeah.
And then later, when he's thanking
Yeah.
the girl, you can see him kind of like, I wanted to say. She's like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
She's like, I wanted to say thank you for everything.
And you'd be pretty if it wasn't for your face. It's
Is it-
perfect.
Is it weird that I was like, oh man, Chunk and that one short hair chick are gonna get together? I'm like, wait, no, they're not,
No,
Eric.
they're not.
No.
Like, that's a huge age difference. And at least Mikey's brother got with Annie. That was nice.
But it was cool. It was funny to see Mike and her.
Kiss.
Yeah, because she's like,
Where's
what
your
happened to your
braces?"
braces? What happened to your braces? I don't wear braces. Mikey wears. That son of a. And then she just grabs him and kisses him anyway.
Yeah.
That's great.
But then she has a very adorable scene with him, with Mikey, where she's like, you
Yeah.
keep kissing girls like that.
And the parts that don't work so well now will work great later.
I love that. I love
so
that.
genuine.
She's not like, ew, no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just like
exactly.
how her friend is just going along with it. Like, kiss him with open eyes next time. It's a whole different experience.
I've known friends like that too. You know, where one is just like almost like the tag along because the other one's super pretty or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're like
That's
like
like-
shaking their head the majority of the friendship.
that's like the joke that me and Nate made for the skit that we had an idea for, where it's like a fairy godmother who really isn't good at her job. Like, she can only do so much. Like, it's a Cinderella parody where she's like, I can't wait to be beautiful. Well, I can't exactly do that. But here, poof, here's a friend that's uglier than you to make you look better in comparison.
Yeah.
I'm going to write that skit soon.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
When things aren't crazy.
Yeah, when things aren't super crazy.
My favorite part, or should I say parts, is whenever some sort of device or booby trap is used.
You mean booby trap?
Well, like...
That's what he said. Booby
I was waiting for that.
Well, like, device, like Data. Like, all his gadgets. I love his gadgets.
Slick shoes.
And, like, the devices inside the caves, and when they're opening the door for Chunk in the beginning. I love that stuff, you know? Where
it's very, like, kid Indiana Jones. Almost.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very, like, kid Indiana Jones.
And the thing with the piano, and, you know, when the stones are falling and you see the saw cutting the rope, and that causes this to happen, and then that causes...
A lot of Rube Goldberg machines in this movie, which is a technical term for those little funny machines that do all those things like you see in cartoons. Like, World One thing activates, looks like a bowling ball goes down. It's called a Rube Goldberg machine. That's the guy who invented him. Thank you, Mythbusters.
Woot woot.
Yeah.
Oh, sidebar, music in this movie.
Oh, God, yes.
Whenever anything kind of like that happened, something kind of mystical, they would bring in that, like,
exactly.
And it's really perfect.
I liked the booby trap, the booby trap scene too. It's like any of them, because especially the piano, because a lot of what they went through reminded me of Zelda, a lot of Legend of Zelda.
Really?
Yeah, because they have to do, they're puzzles. You got to do one thing to open another thing.
I can't tell whether this is an A sharp or a B flat. If you push the wrong button,
we're all going to
be flat.
I love how it was cheesy, but it works because he's a kid, and that's a joke you'd make as a kid.
Yeah. And they all just look at him like,
that's a joke I'd
really?
make now.
Really?
That's a joke I'd make
You're
now.
a big kid.
Yeah. We all are, though.
I would like to point out that Data, at the end, does say something about the octopus, because that was originally in the movie. There was an octopus. I am not a crazy guy.
He does reference an octopus.
Yeah, so what was the craziest thing? And mind you, that part's been cut out. He's like, well, the octopus was really scary.
Yeah.
There's an octopus in this movie?
In the original.
It was cut out.
Ah.
But he said, at the end of the movie, they're like, the reporter was like, what was the scariest part? He's like, the part with the octopus.
The weird, why? This is weird.
It was a scary pink octopus,
Yeah.
And the first time I ever saw the movie, it was in the movie. I don't know if it was the director's cut or what,
right?
But it was in the movie, and I thought it was a crazy person for the longest time.
What is with octopuses being cut for movies? You have this one, and then you have in Watchmen, the giant octopus was cut from the end of Watchmen movie.
Oh, I don't know.
I remember it did look kind of cheesy, and already the movie has, some cheesier elements to it, so maybe that was just one step.
Well, they could have done what Disney did with 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. They just showed
an arm?
Show it in dark. No, put it in, because in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Disney was like, that octopus looks too fake, so let's shoot it at night during a storm so it doesn't look as fake. And it worked.
That would work.
Interesting Disney fact.
But everything in Goonies is super saturated, so that would be super colorful.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet when they find the ship, isn't it?
It's so sweet when they find the ship.
I'm glad you brought that up, because when you see that in the movie, that is either it's like the second take of that scene, which is why the reactions on the kids' faces are so genuine. Because on the first take, and Josh Brolin has talked about this, on the first take of that scene, when they come up out of the water, Josh Brolin turns around and was like, "Holy shit!" And they were like, "Cut! What?
Holy shit!"
So they did it. So they did it one. So they did it one more time, and it was only like the second take of that scene.
Well, yeah.
But I remember watching it. And I was like, "Wow, that's pretty."
Could you imagine just
cool
like
looking.
It reminds me of a ride. It reminds me of a Disney ride, because like the setting, it's in like a little lagoon.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you look at it,
it does.
A lot of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Yeah.
And but it's just such a massive ship. It's just so cool. Like, it was designed really well.
CG or that they built that ship.
Yeah, they built it.
Which is
movies.
Practical effects.
Do practical. I'm gonna go on a giant
that,
practical effect rant.
Oh, yep. And I love when Sloth comes down the sail like old school.
Oh, like Errol
style.
Flynn
Yeah.
style.
It took me my second viewing because he's watching the TV and he's watching somebody do that on the
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
And
That's why he did it.
Yeah.
He's
And then
watching
we get
Errol.
the iconic, hey, you guys.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Watching the-
And then he rips open
And there's Superman.
Superman. I'm like, Richard Donner did Superman. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was like that's actually my favorite scene is where he's like bat fighting his brothers. He just rips his shirt off and it's Superman symbol. I'm like, yeah. I was like, that's
Sloth
awesome.
saved the day. I love that he's the hero.
Yeah, and he's like super strong too. It's weird.
Yeah.
He's like
he is.
super strong, like for real. Like he lifts a
Like-
boulder.
He lifts a person just like
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
the neck.
Yeah. And he just like tosses Mama out of off the boat. Just like, you Mama, you drop me, I'm gonna drop you.
Mouth like takes a whole pearl necklace out of it.
Yeah, he's got a whole pearl necklace coming out of his mouth. And then, is that all?
Nope.
Like 10 jewels to come out of his mouth.
Dude, I love how they made the rich stuff look.
Oh, I
it's-
know.
It looks cool. Like I would be psyched.
Yeah.
And I love that they had the one-eyed Willie thing going on.
Yeah, that was cool. And that, like, I like how the
He
kid.
won't take one-eyed Willie's.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
points.
as long as you don't take his little scale,
And I love that
you're
it's
cool.
I love that it's Sean Astin that
Yeah.
does that. He's like, don't take it.
He's the eternal good
He,
guy.
he was the first. He was the first Goonie. You can't.
Yeah.
take it, you know.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, don't take that. That's Willie's. It's
Yeah.
it's cool. Like when he lifts up the eye patch, he really does have just one eye.
Yeah.
It wasn't like stabbed out or
Yeah,
nothing.
he's like cringing. Like, ugh.
You're like, ugh. So that's why they call you One-Eyed Willie.
Damn.
Ugh, sorry, buddy.
Oof.
I would love to see a spin-off movie of these pirates. Like, I'd love
Well-
to see a spin-off.
We won't get a spin-off, but
We're getting a sequel, right?
they're actually it has more or less been confirmed that Steven Spielberg is writing the story for Goonies 2.
You know,
I'm
there's
okay
already.
with it. Enough time
Yeah.
has passed.
You know?
Here's the thing. None of the all the actors look different. Like Chunk doesn't look like Chunk anymore. Chunk's,
Wait. Does he?
Is he super skinny now?
Wait. They want the same actors?
I don't know.
I kind of was thinking you meant like an updated version.
The kids or the kids
Like a
of
new-
the
new
of-
actor.
or the
like
kids
Yeah.
of these
of the
actors.
Goonies.
Like yeah.
I
they live in the
don't
same
I don't
town.
know. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that if they got all the original actors back, Chunk doesn't look like Chunk
Oh,
anymore.
he's a good-looking dude.
Chunk's a good-looking dude.
Yeah.
And I mean, so I
Yeah,
don't-
but he could.
it'd be funny to see. It'd be great to see Sean Astin back.
Yeah, it would be
Oh.
great.
Also, I just wanted to say I don't think Super 8 ever would have happened were it not for Goonies. It's like a modern.
Oh
day.
yeah.
I didn't think about
It's like
that
a
until I
modern
saw
day
Goonies, and I was like,
except
wow,
it's aliens
Yeah,
instead
exactly.
of pirates.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
I
it really
totally
is.
agree.
It really is.
Yeah, Jeff Cohen does not look bad.
No,
he
he
does
doesn't.
not look like
Chunk.
Chunk at all.
He sure couldn't pull off the truffle shuffle.
No, he could not. He definitely could not. But that's it's just really cool
It'd be
that
interesting to see what kind of scripts they could turn
Yeah.
out.
you know
Well, Richard Donner hasn't had a big mega hit in
years.
decades.
Yeah,
I don't think it would be his.
I don't think it'll be his.
They
no.
they want Richard Donner to direct it.
They want Bill Murray to be in the Ghostbusters 3, but that's not going to happen.
I mean, it'd be great to see Richard Donner back to direct.
That'd be
because
cool.
I love
Yeah.
Richard.
I'd be surprised, but that'd be cool.
Yeah, you know, technically, there's already been a Goonies 2.
It was a video game.
It was a video game for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
And you had it.
I did not have it.
I was
but
just gonna go.
I did not grow up on a Nintendo. I grew up on a PlayStation 1. But there was a Goonies 2 for the NES, and you play as Mikey, and you rescue all the other Goonies, including Sloth, while also rescuing a mermaid.
And the Fratelli brothers break out of prison.
Ooh, a
again.
mermaid.
Yeah, and the
That would
Fratelli
be a good
brothers.
That would be.
Yeah, it would be. I'm like,
I love mermaids.
they're all like, oh, we need to write a script for Goonies 2. It's like, you have it.
And
Just
then-
do the game.
You know, what'd be great is if Sean Astin discovers the mermaid, and the mermaid like hands him the ring of power.
Or they drag people into the depths like in Pirates of the Caribbean 4.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just remembered him walking on the bottom of the ocean. That was freaking cool.
Wasn't it?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
But
Yeah.
I think it's coming up on the 30th anniversary of Goonies. I think it's like,
Be a good announcement then.
It would be a
Yeah,
good
official.
announcement then.
and also it's kind of like sometimes they re-release movies on like 25 or 30 years anniversary. I think that
Disney does it a lot.
If they re-release Goonies, it'd probably be the biggest hit of all time.
I'm gonna hold out for
I'm hoping they put it back in theaters
That
like
would be
like they
awesome.
did with like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of the Indiana Jones when I saw them in IMAX.
I am so envious
yes.
of
It
you.
was the best day of my life.
I
Shout
was.
out Curtis Waugh.
I am still mad that I was working during the Marvel marathon where they showed Captain America, Thor, Iron Man 2, and then then the premiered Avengers right
like
after that.
all in a
Like
row.
all in a row.
Like all day.
Yeah, like all
from,
day.
Like 8 a.m.
Yeah, like all day.
Sounds like the best day.
Yes. I mean, I can do that now just at my own privacy, my own home, but you just,
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. By the way, go see X-Men Days of Future Past.
Oh, yes, we saw it all together.
It is so awesome.
And it was excellent.
It was so great.
It's
and you know what?
Speaking of an ensemble cast.
Just speaking of an ensemble, we're not going to delve too much into that, but I just want to do a formal apology to Quicksilver in the movie because I was doubting you. I thought I was going to hate you. Turns out you were the best part about it.
Owned.
And that's not saying anything bad about the movie.
No, that's not saying anything bad about the movie, but literally, he is one of the best parts in the entire movie.
I just want to say my favorite X-Men storyline was brought to life in a wonderful way, and I loved it.
Yes, it was great.
It was a fun time.
It was a super fun time, even though there were
like
these...
nice little band-aids over all the wounds.
Yeah, it's like, oh, by the way, you didn't like all those previous X-Men films? That's okay. This movie just erased all of them.
Yeah, completely.
No worries.
Completely.
But yes, I would recommend seeing it.
I would definitely recommend seeing it.
Have we missed anything?
We talked about the we talked about
the end. We talked about the ending.
We didn't talk about.
We kind of did, but
I love that none of the kids get in trouble.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, you found this giant
so
pirate
concerned, and I love that it's that classic kind of, you know, a kid goes off on an adventure and they come back and they're telling this tale and the parents are like, no. There's no
way.
No, you
no way.
And then they see it and they're like, holy cow.
Just like sails off to the distance.
Mary, Mother of God.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, I love that.
It's just so cool because like they don't get in trouble. They bring back just enough rich stuff.
I'm always like, go get the ship!
Yeah!
Someone go get it!
It's right there! Go get it!
There's so much more rich stuff.
Yeah. I like how they called it rich stuff.
Yeah.
I love that. And then like, I like the part where they find Chester Cobblepot and like, God, if he couldn't make it, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
He was a professional, guys. We're so screwed.
Yep.
Mikey, get his wallet. And then you knock his head off, they put it back, like, here, buddy, sorry.
My bad. My bad.
He's like, what? Then like, Josh Brolin rides his hands off on Data's shirt, like, no.
Well, it's a good thing they stopped because they wouldn't have got the little skeleton key thing.
Yeah. That little cool little skeleton key thing.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. But yeah, that's the end. And they find the ship. Everything's all tied together. They save the docks from those men in tan jackets.
I got a little teary because it's really adorable when Data and his dad have that moment.
Oh,
see the little camera come out, and he's like,
"You can't hug a photograph.
You can't hug a photograph."
And then you know, I love you, Sloth. I love you too.
Yeah.
It's just like
I like that Chunk calls him Sir.
Yeah, I know. He still calls him Sir.
Sir.
Doesn't Data's dad like say you're my greatest invention?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
it just melts.
Kills me.
Melts your heart.
Yeah. Just kills you.
It's very sweet. It's like an idealized version of youth, but it's like a comfort food. It's like watching
It's
Goonies.
a comfort food movie. It's a film in the form of comfort food.
Right?
Yeah.
You can watch it anytime. You're just like, yeah, I feel better.
Stressed out about school? Watch the Goonies.
It helped. I won't lie.
Yeah, it helped a little bit with that drug test I had to go through today. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried at all.
Not worried at all. Not worried.
Chemistry test? What chemistry test?
You already had it, didn't you?
Yeah, but I'm still waiting on my grade, and I'm just
nervous.
It's gonna be rich stuff.
Well, that is gonna do it for another exciting episode of Movie Crunch. Super exciting.
I just want to say that I am absolutely ashamed that it took me this long to watch this.
It's okay.
It's okay, man.
We all have them.
I was
on our
extremely late to this party.
It's okay, man.
But
That's
it didn't
And I
really fully
loved it.
start till you arrived.
Well, we have a list of stuff
Yeah.
that we're supposed to see in our list that Nate has brought us.
We're just gonna pick one.
We're just gonna pick one.
Yeah, let's each like pick one that we think.
Well,
and then
I'm terrible at picking. So
All
you
right,
guys pick.
I'm gonna
Okay.
pick one, and then we'll all pick one,
and then
we'll talk about it a little bit, and then just narrow it down to one.
All right.
I'm going to pick Spinal Tap.
All right.
I'm going to pick. We've been watching comedic things, so I'm gonna go Let the Right One In,
Ooh, okay.
which is a really
It's a vampire
freaking
movie. Isn't it?
awesome Swedish movie.
Vampire movie, right?
We haven't done foreign film either. If you're gonna watch a foreign film,
Oh yeah, we haven't delved into foreign films, especially in my forte, which is Japanese and Korean films.
we will dabble.
When were we gonna start our Kevin Smith marathon?
Well,
Well,
that's very true. When were we going to start that? I don't know. Well, we were going to start after Batman and Robin, but we can't all watch Batman and Robin yet.
Not yet, but
we
it will
could do it
happen.
on break because
Yeah, that's true.
We could
so
do it
maybe
on
we
break.
could do the Kevin Smith marathon. After.
We should do the Kevin Smith marathon on break.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be good.
we could do it on break.
That'd be good.
All right, so that's things to come.
So you get to choose. Let the Right Ones In or Spinal Tap.
I'll do Spinal Tap.
All
Spinal
right.
Tap.
I own that, so great.
I own that too. So
I'm
great.
gonna have to go to Best Buy.
It's a God. I love Spinal Tap. I love that movie.
And we just saw Christopher Guest in Princess Bride.
And,
Yeah.
So it's
and
kind of like 6 degrees of separation.
And,
Yeah.
Rob Reiner directed Princess Bride and Spinal Tap.
So there you go.
So there you go. And Princess Bride should be up already. I'm actually looking
Is it
at
loading?
it. It's almost saved in my computer.
Almost.
It's all at 86%.
So
So-
when this is delivered in the future,
Yeah.
but
So future
also,
self.
you'll also see the past.
Well, this is the part of the show where we all plug our individual
No,
things.
don't, because I'm embarrassed, because I'm behind.
It's okay. We're
My
still going to
lady
plug
parts
them.
need maintenance. That's the name of my show, I promise.
But yes, well, Hannah, go ahead and explain.
I couldn't
It
hold
would
it in.
take years.
I couldn't hold it in. And
It would take.
Yes, my show is called Lady Parts. It's all about female roles in film. Doing my best to keep up with it. It's tough,
awesome.
but
It is
don't
great.
worry. I'm not going to give up on you.
Aw.
My
Please
lady
don't.
parts. It's on you. My first 2 episodes are on YouTube, so actually, it's like the first thing you see.
Yeah.
Type Lady Parts, believe it or not.
I love the fried green tomatoes one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Loved it.
Thank you. So the next one up will be Blue is the Warmest Color. Almost finished editing that one, and then it'll be Kill Bill. So
No.
I've got a
Nice.
nice little posse who love Kill Bill that will help me discuss. We'll talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah, and I have my own channel called Mild Mannered Geek. A little bit, as well, a little bit behind with the upload schedules. Knowing I usually upload every Wednesday with new episodes of the Mild Mannered Geek show, which is like the main thing I do. My editor has been moving, so it's kind of hard for her to get in front of a computer. So I completely understand, Katie. It's okay. I still love you to death anyway. But I'll usually try to post. If I don't post a new episode of the show itself, I usually will post something, along the same line. I'll maybe post a gameplay video or, whatever.
Those gameplay videos. I'm telling you, people out there need to watch Eric play video games, especially his Batman Forever. He's just so frustrated the whole time.
If you've played Batman Forever on the SNES, you know
I have
how frustrated that
just
game
Batman
can be.
be Batman. Don't be Mortal Kombat.
Oh, God.
Why do you play it if it's frustrating?
Because it's funny.
Okay.
Well, because like in the game, little short thing, in the game, you have to use your grappling hook to get to places, right? But for some reason, the NES controller didn't have enough buttons, even though it has like 15. So like you have to push up, you have to push up and select, but select slightly before you push up, because select has your grapple hook go, but up has you jump.
It's insanely difficult.
And you have to push select slightly before you press up, and then as long as you're in the right spot, you'll grapple hook up into the next building.
Yeah, I would just begin.
If you've seen,
drinking at that point.
if you've seen Angry Video Game Nerd talk about this, you know what I'm talking about. He did a whole 2 episodes on Batman games, and I'm like, how bad can this game be? And it was pretty.
It seems kind of odd that a franchise that big would have games so crappy.
Exactly.
Well, actually,
Say that to Superman.
Superman has not ever had a good game.
Ever.
Like that's just starred him sololy.
Ever.
He's not ever had a good
In
solo
Superman
game.
64, for the N64, The final boss is a tornado.
Most of the game is flying through rings.
Don't get me started.
Oh god, but yeah, I usually post something like that. The next, I'm just going to do a fun episode. The episode that should be up right now, hopefully, is my Aquaman episode about how Aquaman is actually a badass
In the New 52.
in the New 52. But he's also kind of been a badass. He's always been a badass.
With a hook for the hand.
No, not talking about that one. That one was stupid.
Rein it in, boys. Rein it in.
Yeah, then the other one that should be up by now is how much does it cost to be Batman, which I found pretty interesting. But yeah, watch Mild Mannered Geek, new episodes every Wednesday. Also, check out Nerd Caliber. I help direct their videos too, so also check them out too if you have a chance. Nate, your blog.
Yeah, I have a blog. It's called Movie Crunches. You can just go to Google and click on Blogger. For anybody out there who doesn't like listening to our sultry voices.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, come on.
You
can see my eyebrows
this is
right
baby
now.
making
You'd understand.
you can just go to my blog
Isn't it?
and read about the movies that we discuss here on Movie Crunch.
All right. So as decided, next week will be Spinal Tap
Yes.
because we
So-
love comedies.
So yeah,
Yeah.
get excited.
So
to
get
like
excited.
The level of 11.
For Spinal Tap because it is. Nate, have you seen Spinal Tap?
No.
Oh my God, it's another one of those.
I feel like our next movie needs to be something that you've seen, and Eric and I have not. Seen.
Yeah, I feel like it should be
On
something.
principle.
Yeah, because something.
I don't think that would work though.
No, because I've seen a lot
Good
of.
luck.
Because
Exactly.
you and me have seen a lot of movies,
Yes.
Anna. Like we have seen.
Thank
Well,
you
you-
for boosting my ego.
Well, you remember Chase was like,
Yeah.
have you do watch movies?
Yeah, yeah. He's like Chase, who was like one of our professors here at AI. We've had him for a couple classes, and he makes fun of Nate. Like Nate, you have watched movies with the word "super" and "man" not in them, right?
Well, Eric was running down a list of these movies. Have you seen this? No. Have you seen this? No. Have you seen this? Chase chimes in. You do watch movies, right?
It's okay.
You are a film student, aren't you?
It's all right. There's still time.
It's okay. You still got plenty of time. They're on DVD. You're gonna have it. They're
Yeah.
DVD and Blu-ray. You'll have plenty of time.
That's true. Blu-ray all the way.
Yeah, DVD all the way.
Shut your mouth.
That's when Hannah comes in and says Betamax. But that is going to do it for another episode of Movie Crunch. And as always, this is Eric O'Donnell.
Hannah Sutter.
Nate Schaffner.
And we will see you, as always, at the movies.